Influx of foreign nationals in the area. The Millennium Challenge Corporation's MCC has selected Zambia and Belize as eligible countries to develop the corporation's 5-year grant program. Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu has directed the Inspector General of Police not to allow anarchy to prevail in the country. And also coming up in the news tonight, the Zambia Under-20 women's football team has arrived in Ghana ahead of this weekend's 2022 Costa Rica second leg World Cup qualifier. For details on these and other stories, do join me in a moment.
When we say Twende, we mean let's do it and get things done. When we say Twende, we mean let's take control of our destiny. Whether you're taking out a vehicle loan with flexible repayment terms or a home loan with a repayment schedule personalized to your needs, or even just opening a bank account. Twende. Contact us on 5951 today to apply. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Thank you so much for joining us, and now the news in detail. The Energy Regulation Board has increased the fuel pump prices with effect from midnight tonight. ERB Board Chairperson Reynolds Woa says petrol has been increased by 3 kwacha 54 ngwe per litre from 17 kwacha 62 ngwe to 21 kwacha 16 ngwe, while diesel has been increased by 4 kwacha 56 ngwe from 15 kwacha 59 ngwe per litre to 20 kwacha 15 ngwe. He says the prices of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, has also been increased by 4 kwacha 47 ngwe, while prices of kerosene have remained unchanged. Mr. Boa says the increment in fuel prices follows government's announcement of the removal of subsidies on fuel so that the country migrates to cost-reflective pricing. He says the pricing trigger band of 2.5% change in wholesale prices will be maintained to allow for price stability within the pricing cycle. Addressing the media in Lusaka, Mr. Woa disclosed that the board will start reviewing petroleum prices every 30 days as opposed to 60 days.
Fuel wholesale and pump prices have been revised upwards for petroleum products. Specifically, the changes at retail level are reflected as follows. Petrol. The current price per litre of petrol is 17 kwacha 62 ngwe. It will now move to 21 kwacha 16 ngwe, a variance of 3 kwacha 54 ngwe per litre. Diesel, which was at 15 kwacha 59 ngwe, will now move to 20 kwacha 15 ngwe, an adjustment of 4 kwacha 56 ngwe per litre. There will be no change in the pricing of kerosene, which remains at 15 kwacha 39 ngwe per litre. Low sulfur gas oil will move from 17 kwacha 82 ngwe per litre to 22 kwacha 29 ngwe per litre, an adjustment of 4 kwacha 47 ngwe per litre. The new prices, which I have just announced, will be effective from midnight tonight on the 16th December 2021.
The discovery of gold in Chibombo district at Chiongola has created a gold rush with an influx of foreign nationals in the area. And Chief Liteta is distressed with the ongoing gold rush at Chinyongola. Chief Liteta, who is acting Senior Chief Mukuni Ngombe of Chibombo district, has compared the situation to that of Kasenseli in Mwinilunga district of Northwestern province. The chief says all attempts to get help from Chibombo district administration have proved futile, despite reporting the influx of several foreign nationals from neighboring countries and locals from different parts of the country. The traditional leader has since called on government to help with the security checks in the area before a disaster occurs. He says his palace is only aware of Salute Mining, a company that was given a prospective mining license in the area, and Salute Mining Limited Chief Executive Officer Eston Mangamanga says his firm is surprised to see the scramble for mining in the area. He says his firm is currently looking for a partner who is ready to invest in prospecting equipment and start the process since it has all legal documents. This is contained in a statement available to ZNBC News by Ministry of Tourism Public Relations Officer Sakabilo Kalembwe. The Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC, has selected Zambia and Belize as eligible countries to develop the corporation's 5-year grant program. MCC Acting Chief Executive Officer Mahmoud Ba says the decision was arrived at after the agency's board of directors' quarterly meetings. He says the two countries have demonstrated a clear commitment to democratic governance, investing in people and pursuing economic freedom. Mr. Ba says the MCC looks forward to working together to develop programs that reduce poverty and enable sustainable and inclusive economic growth. In a statement, Mr. Ba said Zambia completed a prior compact with MCC in 2018 and demonstrates strong performance on MCC's scorecard. He adds that a subsequent compact will support government's efforts to address the country's pressing development challenges and pursue critical economic and democratic governance reforms following its recent democratic transition. And President Hakainde Hichilema says the compact will mean more jobs and enhanced livelihoods for Zambians across the country. In his Facebook post, the president said he will keep the nation informed on the compact once it is signed, and the amount will be allocated to Zambia so that citizens can hold government accountable. President Hichilema said the move is a sign of the confidence that the MCC has in his administration and represents Zambia's growing reputation on the world stage. He added that following his recent visit to the U.S. on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, he held talks with the MCC and in the past few months and have been arguing strongly for a new economic compact which would bring hundreds of millions of dollars to the country. The president said he will continue to channel international development efforts to communities across the country in the next year. Vice President Mutale Nalumango has revealed that government intends to establish high courts throughout the country to speed up the prosecution of sexual and gender-based violence (GBV) cases, among others. Mrs. Nalumango says Zambia is grappling with a high number of sexual and GBV cases. She was speaking in Lusaka during the launch of a prosecutor's handbook on sexual violence. At the same function, Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha called on prosecutors to have propensity to take thorough investigated cases of sexual violence to the courts. And Director of Public Prosecution Lillian Siyuni disclosed that Zambia recorded 4,042 GBV cases in the third quarter of 2021. And Swedish Ambassador to Zambia, Suzanne Hugh, pledged her country's commitment to supporting Zambia's efforts to curtail sexual violence.
The government of the Republic of Zambia is reaffirming its commitment to prevent, eliminate, and respond to sexual and gender-based violence. Globally, gender-based violence has been recognized as a problem that poses significant risks to the health and well-being of persons and has far-reaching consequences at a social, political, and economic levels. It is a global pandemic, truly. Deep-rooted in gender inequity and is fundamentally a human rights violation.
In addition to these efforts, it is important to recognize that effective prosecution plays a critical role in the criminal justice response to gender-based violence. Ladies and gentlemen, in our never-ending Nations Joint Program on gender-based,
the creation of village-led one-stop centers committed to a second phase of the program, but also enhance the focus.
Constituency Development Fund (CDF) and will fix loopholes to avoid misappropriation of funds. Local Government Minister Garin Kombo has told ZNBC government is confident that councils have enough capacity to handle the 25.7 million kwacha 2022 CDF. Meanwhile, Local Government Service Commissioner Secretary Lazarus government must consider equipping councils with skills in identifying priority issues so that funds are well utilized.
For the first time in the history of Zambia, government has passed Development Fund CDF of 25.7 million funds. However, Local Government Service Commission Secretary Lazarus Mulenda has
asked. You and I will agree that capacity is not a one-off thing. Capacity, that's why it's capacity development. It's a continuous process. And we will continue to monitor how the councils will be performing.
For Local Government and Rural Development Minister Gary Nkombo, government will see all financial leakages.
That's why we devolve them. We know they've got the capacity. We do know that. If anything is dislocated, we fix it.
And governance expert Innocent Masiku has called for increased political will to ensure accountability and transparency in the handling of the CDF.
That the council is well able to handle these resources, looking at the needs that are in these constituencies. However, I think there is also need for increased levels of political will in ensuring that there is transparency and accountability.
As the 25.7 million kwacha CDF fund comes to effect in 2022, Mr. Masiku has urged government to further equip council workers with necessary skills and systems. Janessa Tembo, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
Agriculture Minister Ruben Mutolo has assured unpaid farmers who supplied maize to the Food Reserve Agency that government will pay them soon. Mr. Mutolo says government owes farmers 1.6 billion kwacha. He says government will carry on with good programs left by the previous administration and discard the bad ones. Mr. Mutolo says government has allowed farmers to get supplementary packs for crops such as soya beans, sorghum and sunflower. The minister was speaking when he addressed farmers at Kawozi Agriculture Camp in Chipata district after launching the agroforestry trees distribution and planting under the auspices of the Sustainable Development Goals Center for Africa.
Kwa isalimi amine tikalipolandira ndalama paja tinapeleka kwa FRA tisataye mtima. Ini program tinaingo ipesa isatiri 3-4 months in power. So tizapitilize zana chitanzatu zabwino zijazina zina liti zabwino tizazika pa site. So tisatiri ma cooperatives, ma members ama cooperatives na ma club tinazomekeza lomba kuti mbewu ija ya sorghum, shava, sunflower.
Police have arrested and charged PF chairperson for information, Raphael Nakachinda, with the offense of defamation of the president. Deputy Police Public Relations Officer Danny Mwale says Mr. Nakachinda has since been released on police bond and will appear in court on Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. This is contained in a statement available to ZNBC News in Lusaka today. Mr. Nakachinda was yesterday detained after being warned and cautioned at Charleston Police Station, where he was detained. This is in relation to the statement he issued at the High Court grounds on Monday, December 13th, 2021, and the interview he had on one of the radio stations in Lusaka. Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu has directed Inspector General of Police Lemi Kajoba not to allow anarchy to prevail in the country. Mr. Mwimbu has ordered the police command not to allow anyone to engage in any criminal activities at any police station. Details in the following report.
It looks like a real battlefield. These are the latest officer recruits from Kamvinsa School of Public Order Maintenance, displaying part of what they learned during their rigorous training, which commenced in April this year. And their graduation could not have come at a better time when government is determined to rebuild the image of the Zambia Police Service. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu was the guest of honor and used the occasion to deliver a message to the police command.
No one should be allowed to engage in criminal activities at a police station with impunity. Anyone who does such acts should be held accountable. It is your responsibility to ensure that the laws of this country are strictly implemented. I urge you not to fear anything as long as you remain professional in your endeavors to save the people of this country.
For Inspector General of Police, Leme Kajoba, matters of gender equality are very important.
Out of the 1,228 graduates on parade day, 666 are female trainees, which translates into 54%, while the difference of 562 are male trainees, representing 46%.
And Kamfinsa Mobile Unit Divisional Commander Patrick Billy appealed to government to help in addressing the challenges faced by the school.
It is our sincere hope that in future your office will bring government on board to help in building a dining hall and a modern kitchen.
With expectations from members of the public being high, emphasis has been placed on these officers to uphold ethics and professionalism as they begin their journey in the police service. Joy Siatubi, ZNBC News, Kitwe.
Special Assistant to the President for COVID-19, Roma Chilengi, has warned health practitioners issuing fake COVID-19 vaccination certificates that they risk being fired. Meanwhile, Northwestern Provincial Principal Nursing Officer Helen Mahamba says she is concerned by the poor adherence levels to COVID-19 health guidelines. Here's a report.
Scores of residents flock to health facilities to get their COVID-19 jab. And this certificate is evidence of the jab. However, those that have not received the jab are now in possession of the COVID-19 vaccination certificates.
Received here and there, we've received reports of health workers issuing vaccine certificates to individuals who don't want to be vaccinated.
He has a warning to health practitioners.
Doing such activities is a criminal offense and you can be arrested for it. And to the health system, I think that there should be zero tolerance for these kind of vices. And I think that if one is found, there has to be immediate disciplinary action, because this is playing with the lives of the public. This is working against the government.
In Northwestern Province, it is the adherence to COVID-19 measures that is worrying.
Some of them are thinking COVID is verified, doesn't exist, so there's a lot of laxity in the public health interventions. If you walk through the streets, you might find quite a number of people without masks, despite our social mobilization team doing their part. Because their social mobilization team per district do reach out to the community, in the markets, in the churches, and everywhere. But despite all this information that the people are getting, we're still able to see people moving without masks, and some of them not even willing to get the vaccination.
Later, the entourage visited the stands and were briefed on operations. Lupindula Mwewa, ZNBC News, Solwezi.
Bioshen Health Technology, a German company, has appointed CWC Import and Export Zambia as their quantity distributor for rapid COVID-19 test kits in Zambia. CWC Chief Executive Officer Chanda Simbule says an in-country evaluation research report has been carried out by Ministry of Health and the University Teaching Hospital UTH to approve the product in Zambia, and it met World Health Organization standards. Mr. Simbule says CWC is working hand in hand with the Ministry of Health in combating the pandemic in accordance with the government regulations and health guidelines in fighting COVID-19. He has told ZNBC News in a walk-in interview that Bioshen also provides technical support in matters relating to the setting, establishment and operation of an innovative solution for curbing the COVID-19 pandemic.
Been given a distribution franchise by Bioxin, which is a German company, to distribute COVID rapid test kits, and which can give results in 45 minutes, which have been proven by Ministry of Health as well as other institutions abroad. The Bioxin kit is being used in 80 countries, around the world, South Africa, Namibia, and Europe as well. A test has also been done at Lusaka International Airport, which has been able to prove the Bioxin product, whether it's World Health Organization standard meets. The test was done, and it proved to be reliable.
You're watching the main news at 19. We take our first commercial break, but do stay tuned as we have more news still to come.
Life is a journey. We all start small. We grow, journeying through life's twists and turns. We make choices that help us thrive. Then something special happens. Life gives us an opportunity to achieve our dreams and build a future for our loved ones. For over 26 years in Zambia, Madison Life Insurance Company has helped you journey through life, standing by you, securing your future and the future of your loved ones. Choose Madison Life and let us help you secure your future. Madison Life, protecting you all the way.
A world of opportunity comes with every new dawn. The chance to start a new journey. The chance to grow. To discover new ways of doing things. To make new partnerships. To thrive. To build a better Zambia with a stronger economy, creating more wealth for us all right across our nation. A new dawn is here. Let's make success. Atlas Mara Bank.
Ukamela mu, usiwe ni mukaka wa mwino. There we go. So real, so fresh, natural goodness every day. Thick and healthy, good for everyone.
Introducing Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk. From our carefully selected farms to your home. Packed with all the nutrients you need every day. Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk. It's farm fresh.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry. Has so much data.
Mom.
Yes, baby.
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow! Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
This Christmas, shop at the furniture store that promises you the lowest prices and lowest installments every day. Guarantees you free delivery if you find a lower price on any item, and brings you amazing deals like this LG 2.1 channel soundbar wireless subwoofer, only $6,699. Save $400, and this 65-inch Hisense 4K Ultra HD Smart Digital LED TV, just $18499. Save $1,500. Only at OK Furniture.
The skincare you deserve. Dream.
We all start differently, but we can all start with the strongest protection. Because some start early, others start late. Some from little homes,
others from big ones. Some start together or all on their own.
It doesn't matter how you start, as long as you start strong. With new Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection. Now with fluoride plus arginine for 4 times more strengthening power. So that you can give them the strongest start to their day. Colgate. Start strong. Stay strong.
Time now for our education segment, and coming up on the segment tonight, Education Minister Douglas Yakalima says pupils in boarding schools will still pay 1,000 kwacha tuition fees next year. Join me for details after this message.
Come pursue your dreams in our state-of-the-art learning environment with lecturers who care about your success. Expose yourself to learning resources designed to prepare you to succeed, whether you choose employment or entrepreneurship. Cultivate your career at Cavendish University and enjoy everything that a practical, high-quality education has to offer. Study at Cavendish University and start your journey to success.
Education Minister Douglas Yakalima says pupils in boarding schools will still pay 1,000 kwacha tuition fees next year. Mr. Siakalima says only vulnerable pupils who will be selected at ward level by communities who have their fees paid from the Constituency Development Fund. He says a bursary scheme has been introduced for vulnerable pupils in boarding schools. Mr. Siakalima was speaking in Parliament when he gave a policy statement on the 2022 budget estimates for the Ministry of Education. And Muchinga Member of Parliament Emmanuel Banda appealed to have schools for differently abled people in rural areas. Meanwhile, Milanzi Member of Parliament Melesiana Piri urged the Ministry of Education to ensure that the proposed 30 million kwacha that has been allocated for sanitary towels for girls reaches the intended beneficiaries. That's all the education news we had for you. Thank you for watching.
Before you can perform a heart transplant, you must learn how to draw blood from a patient. Before you save a life, you must save your assignment. At Cavendish University, we prepare you for success. Study medicine in our state-of-the-art facility with experienced, qualified, and caring lecturers. Let us help you create a strong foundation for your success. Success begins at Cavendish University, School of Medicine.
We take our second commercial break, and after that, more news still to come. Do stay tuned.
Okay, I hate being late, but I'm so good at it. Yes, I've heard all the quotes about punctuality, but sometimes I just can't keep up with everything, and I get really exhausted. I also need to think of how to get where I need to be. An alternative to beat the clock would be the answer to all my prayers. An alternative to beat the clock is all I've ever prayed for. And finally, I found it. Thank you, Ulendo Taxi, for getting me there on time. Ulendo, Zambia's #1 taxi app. Download the Ulendo app on Google Play Store and the App Store. Ulendo Taxi, quick, safe, and reliable.
Shukuru, what's in here? In there, my son, there's Kawawasha, giving you the courage to face your challenge.
I've got the energy.
Black Panther, coming in 3 flavors.
Choosing the right sanitary pad can boost your confidence to a new level. My choice is Soft Care pads. Soft Care makes you feel free, safe, and comfortable.
Soft Care has breathable hose that absorb fast and keep you dry. Its top layer is made from premium quality cotton that offers you ultra soft comfort and protection.
Soft Care sanitary pads contain natural fragrance to leave you fresh and confident. Soft Care sanitary pads. Confidence in a pack.
2018. Techno.
In our quest to save nations and develop Africa, Savenda is investing in the agriculture sector so as to produce supply for both local and international markets, housing over 12,000 pullets that are nurtured and fed with our locally made stock feed that comes from our own locally grown maize and soya beans, all processed from our recently installed milling and mixing plant. Our over 95,000 layers have an output capacity of over 1,500 trays of fresh eggs per day that are carefully selected and packaged for all the leading stores and supermarkets nationwide. Our greenhouses are fitted with the latest irrigation system, and the seedlings are nurtured to ensure only healthy plants reach the fields. With our deliberate planting schedule, we are better placed to supply constantly without interruption, thus reliable. Savenda Farms is also changing lives of its dedicated workforce drawn from the local community and beyond. So the next time you think fresh and green, think Savenda Farms.
Ameshia fumu na yesa mupepi kamubola tunwe shipego batupa
Made for all, made for life.
We are entering the festive season, but the fourth wave of COVID-19 is also fast approaching. What can you do to protect yourself and your loved ones? Get vaccinated. Encourage family members and friends 18 years and older to get vaccinated too. Vaccination helps to prevent severe COVID-19 illness and death. If you and I are vaccinated, we not only protect ourselves and others, we also help to prevent the economy from slowing down and safeguard our livelihoods. Anyone who is 18 years and above, including pregnant and breastfeeding mothers, can safely get vaccinated. As part of the vaccination drive, Ministry of Health healthcare workers are bringing the vaccine closer to you, to your homes, places of worship, and workplaces. Please welcome them. Remember, the 5 golden rules still apply. Get vaccinated. Fight COVID-19. Protect Zambia. Safe choice. Smart choice. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with USAID Discover Health with the support of the American people through the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, and the U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, and the World Bank.
The Zambia Congress of Trade Unions, ZCTU, has welcomed the 12% salary increment the government has awarded civil servants. ZCTU General Secretary Cosmas Mukuka says the increment is timely because civil servants have not received any meaningful increment in the recent past. Mr. Mukuka says the increment will also help cushion civil servants in view of the impending fuel and electricity hikes. The Private Sector Development Association, PSDA, says the planned increase of civil servant salaries by government is timely. Association Chairperson Yusuf Dodia has also expressed optimism that the move will enhance service delivery as civil servants will be highly motivated. He spoke to ZNBC News in Lusaka today.
And this 12% is also impacting on the other allowances which are a factor of the basic salary. So if you are getting 25% housing allowance, the housing allowance will go up because your basic salary has gone up by 12%. If you are getting a transport allowance, which is a percentage of the salary, those will go up. And clearly, this is an attempt by government to assist public workers to meet the challenges of increasing prices. I think that the civil service is just a machinery that supports the economy. And it's important that that machinery should be functional, and should be functional in the most positive way. So yes, good thing to do is to increase the salaries of our colleagues in the civil service.
Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga says the ministry will do everything possible to refurbish Zamcom Educational Trust and make it a big journalism and communications training institution. Mr. Kalunga says the media plays an important role in the country, hence the need to have proper training schools. He says one cannot be guaranteed of factual and balanced news and information without a well-trained and qualified journalist in the country. Mr. Kalunga was speaking shortly after touring Zamcom facilities in Lusaka today. And Mr. Kalunga also appealed to MultiChoice Zambia to assist the school where it can, through the MultiChoice Talent Factory, which operates within the school premises.
Whatever business that is here, they are training the Zambian people, imparting skill to the young generation so that the young generation become empowered with skill. Basic skills that they can stand on their own. Our colleagues are teaching them how to fish. And as the New Dawn government, we encourage private partnership with the people that are coming up to teach our fellow Zambian how to fish, not on handouts. That's what we are grateful as a ministry. And what I've seen here, it's a place where, as a ministry, we have to really support them.
Government is in the process of engaging a company to provide solar energy to rural areas. This is in its quest to accelerate rural electrification and increase access to electricity by at least 51% of the country's population by 2030. Energy Minister Peter Kapala disclosed this when he paid a courtesy call on Southern Province Minister Cornelius Muitwa in Choma. Mr. Kapala explained that the project is expected to commence by next year if the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, approves the tariffs for solar power. Mr. Kapala is in Southern Province to commission a World Vision supported 45 kilovolt mini solar grid in Moyo, Chiefdom in Pemba District. And Mr. Muitwa expressed gratitude for the development, saying information and communication technology lessons in rural schools have been difficult to implement due to the absence of electricity.
There is a company that has approached government, and we are going through the process of formalizing with ERB and put in place, a regular framework so that we can regulate them. They are willing to provide solar power to rural areas in particular. So what is remaining now is to work out, to agree with them the tariffs that they are going to charge. If they charge according to what the ERB is going to approve, then we can see an increase in rural electrification by starting next year moving forward.
The province is suffering from a situation of brain flight where teachers who are deployed in rural schools where there is no reliable source of power or electricity do not stay in those schools. They prefer to migrate to schools, preferably in urban areas. But with such interventions, we are very happy as a province about our expected high ratio of teacher retention.
We take our final commercial break and then we come back with the rest of the news.
Deborah, have you connected to the Wi-Fi on the bus? It's fast, it's amazing. I've just downloaded my books and I'm about to complete the series. It's nice, too, me.
No, I'm actually watching a reality show. He's about to propose. Oh, so sweet.
Make your trip seem short yet comfortable and safe when you use the UBZ luxurious fully air-conditioned coaches that come fitted with amazing onboard entertainment, passenger information services, coffee-making facilities and fridge for your hot and cold beverages, free and interrupted Wi-Fi for your gadgets, phone charging facilities, comfortable seats that recline to offer extra resting posture, safety seat belts, adjustable reading lights for each traveling client, and of course, clean flushing toilets for your convenience. So travel in luxury and safety with UBZ luxurious coaches. UBZ will always take you there.
Babe, I'm at KFC. Do you want anything?
I'm actually not that hungry, babe.
I'm actually not that hungry, babe.
Coming right up.
Are you sure?
I just ate.
Add an extra, I just ate.
Got it.
But
I'm fine. Don't get me anything.
Try the new KFC Duo Bucket. 4 delicious pieces of KFC chicken, 8 zinger wings and chips. The perfect sharing meal for 2.
See you now, babe.
Years of perfection bring satisfaction. Think milk, think Finta. Every day.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
One fruticana, please.
Sorry, you know English. Kambani mchinyanja ngutendezeni.
Emozi.
Sina vera chinyanja.
Bati mkamba chinyanja.
What?
Don't just keep it for yourself. Fruticana. Share the juice. Share the joy.
This Christmas, shop at the furniture store that promises you the lowest prices and lowest installments every day. Guarantees you free delivery if you find a lower price on any item and brings you amazing Ultra HD Smart Digital LED TV.
I have one wish this time. Please come a little early this year.
Visit your nearest Bata store to usher you into Christmas festivities early this year. Merry Christmas from Bata.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We are always moving. Our energy burns throughout the day. How do we stay charged?
Introduce Minerals, boost you up and keep you active all day long. Now that's attractive.
Neutral Charge.
I'm gonna tell you why my clothes look bright. I'm gonna tell you leave your clothes looking rich and have you feeling good. Aloha, yeah. Aloha. You need to try Aloha.
Aloha washing powder. Say hello to fresh.
And now the rest of the news. The Zambia Institute of Purchasing and Supply, ZIPS, has threatened to invoke necessary provisions of the law to criminalize and arrest people masquerading as procurement officers. Here's a report.
It has and is still happening in both private and public institutions where non-qualified and unregistered people are handling procurement units. However, with the new law in place, ZIPS has a serious warning to masqueraders.
No one should employ a non-qualified procurement person. We have a lot of qualified people, and if such persons are still practicing, they will be prosecuted. And I think to that effect, we have penalties within our law because these are the people that are parading and doing wrong things in the name of procurement.
Zambia Public Procurement Authority, ZPPA, has also warned controlling
operations of the procurement unit. So we hope that our controlling officers who are here will ensure that the law is followed, will ensure that they give space to our colleagues in procurement to do their professional job.
But controlling officers, together with procurement staff, have asked for lenience.
Government needs to be a little bit lenient until when people are properly educated on this new law and how they are going to.
The women's football team has arrived in Ghana ahead of this weekend's 2022 Costa Rica second leg world. And speaking before departure, under-20 coach Charles Haluwono said the team has prepared adequately for the encounter. Haluwono said the team targets to make it to the next round of the qualifiers. He said that, and Captain Everine Katongo, who will lead the 22-member squad, said the morale among the players is high as they head for the reverse fixture. Katongo said she expects all players to focus and aim for a win. The game will be played on Saturday at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. The sporting item does bring us to the end of the news. Let's now recap on the top stories. The Energy Regulation Board has increased the fuel pump prices with effective midnight tonight. The discovery of gold in Chibombo district at Chinyongola has created a gold rush with an influx of foreign nationals in the area. The Millennium Challenge Corporation MCC has selected Zambia and Belize as eligible countries to develop the corporation's 5-year grant. And finally in the news, Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu has directed Inspector General of Police Lemi Kajoba not to allow anarchy to prevail in the country. That now brings us to the end of the news at 19. Thank you so much for watching. Do join us for our next news broadcast at 22 hours. I'm Patricia Ellis. Our sign language interpreter has been Johannes Getana. Bye-bye.